He was a former foster kid with a bright future.
He had aspirations of going to college and furthering his education.
His first goal was to be in the medical field.
She was a street-smart beauty from the wrong side of the tracks.
Travis just fell in love with her. She was the one.
Their love connection was instant. But is one of them hiding a terrible secret?
That anger, that jealousy.
Don't touch me, bro.
There was a lot of violence in the past.
Two worlds collide on a Jacksonville street corner. One man is left dead.
My heart almost stopped.
One woman goes missing.
She completely vanishes.
And police are left with a slew of unanswered questions.
That doesn't make sense in itself. Who's going to walk towards the gunfire?
We began to question whether she was a witness or whether she was truly involved in the murder.
January 15th, 2011. It's a quiet afternoon in Jacksonville, Florida, until a hail of gunfire suddenly rings out.
Back up, please. Miss, did you call? Miss, are you okay?
When police arrive on the scene, they find a distraught woman hovering over the victim.
Come with me. Have a seat right here, Miss. The detective will be with you in just a moment.
We separated her from the crowd that was gathering to be held so detectives could talk to her privately.
When we arrived, there's an individual laying in the road who had sustained a gunshot wound.
Looks like a single gunshot wound to the back.
The victim was identified as 21-year-old Travis Green.
On the surface, Travis appears to be another young victim of a violent street crime. But as detectives delve into the case, they'll soon find themselves asking, was Travis Green the target of a random street crime, or the victim of true love gone horribly awry? Growing up in the foster care system of Jacksonville, Florida, Travis Green had a rough childhood. That is, until his foster parents, Ernestine and Alonzo Green, came into his life.
They couldn't find a permanent home for him, so me and my husband fell in love with Travis, and we decided to adopt him.
Raised in the comfortable middle-class neighborhood of Sherwood Forest, Travis began to thrive.
You know, he was like a little funny person. I always loved to clown and laugh and joke and stuff like that.
Travis, he keep you laughing. He was a real fun guy.
But there was more to Travis than just his sense of humor.
He wanted to be something, you know. His first goal was to be in the medical field, and he really wanted something out of life.
With a winning smile and the confidence of someone who knew he was going places, Travis had plenty of girls to choose from.
I used to always tease and say, you know, all the female friends, I said, oh, that's your girlfriend? Oh, Mama, she's just a friend.
He had lots of girls interested in him, but his best friend was his classmate, Letitia Abrams.
And it was Letitia who introduced Travis to the first girl he really fell head over heels for, Crystal Nelson.
How you doing? My name's Travis.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too. You said Crystal, right?
Things started slowly at first.
Want to sit down?
Yeah, actually.
Travis was certainly more interested in Crystal than she was in him, but apparently she was aware of that mutual attraction, and so they flirted a bit.
So, you from around here? So I was thinking, you know, maybe we can go for a walk one day.
Crystal Nelson came from the north side of Jacksonville, but it may as well have been a world away.
It's a residential area with its fair share of problems.
A lot of empty lots, not too many homes there. It is not a nice place even in the daytime to go to.
At the time she and Travis met, Crystal had a 3-month-old baby, but was no longer seeing the baby's father.
They had stopped dating 2 months prior.
Before long, Travis and Crystal were seeing a lot of each other, often facilitated by their mutual friend, Letitia.
You guys.
Man, Tisha, what you doing?
One more time.
What you doing?
They would meet up at Letitia's house. They would either hang out there or take walks around the neighborhood.
They was, getting to know each other. They were visiting.
And then it developed into more of a relationship between the two.
But on the afternoon of January 15th, Travis and Crystal's budding romance is cut short in a hail of gunfire. As police cordon off the area and begin their initial investigation, their first order of business is to talk to the woman standing at the scene of the crime, Travis and Crystal's friend, Letitia.
There was a female at the scene that had some information regarding what happened. So patrol officers took her and put her in a police car just to keep her safe and to keep her from talking to other people.
At least for a few minutes, until Detective Karen Dukes from the Major Crimes Unit arrives on the scene.
What's the situation?
Hey, we got a 911 call. Upon our arrival, we found one black male with a gunshot wound to his back. Had a crowd of folks around the body. We pushed them back and secured the scene.
Responding officers point the detective in the direction of Letitia Abrams.
We've got a witness that's up in a patrol car, and we think is his best friend, if you want to speak with her.
Okay, thank you. I'm Detective Dukes, and you are?
Letitia Abrams.
Mind if I ask you a few questions?
Detective Dukes did a initial contact interview in the front seat of her car.
How'd you know the victim?
Well, Travis was my best friend.
When's the last time you saw him?
About 20 minutes ago.
Letitia explains to Detective Dukes that Travis and Crystal were hanging out at Letitia's house, but had plans to attend a barbecue at the home of a mutual friend, Tony Gross, later that evening.
Travis asked Crystal if she could walk with him to the convenience store.
Initially, there was a desire of Travis to go with Crystal to a convenience store. And at first, she didn't want to go. She just didn't feel like walking. But then she did.
According to Letitia, Travis and Crystal then headed north down Westlake Avenue.
Westlake Avenue is a dead-end 2-block street.
Letitia tells Detective Dukes that's the last time she saw Travis or Crystal.
Letitia told the officer that the victim had actually been with her friend named Crystal, and Crystal was not at the scene.
A fact which presents Detective Dukes with two different but equally important questions. Who killed Travis Green? And where is his girlfriend, Crystal Nelson?
She completely vanishes.
In the winter of 2011, 21-year-old Travis Green thought he had finally found his true love.
He really liked Crystal. He thought there was something special between the two of them.
But now he lies dead on Westlake Avenue in Jacksonville, Florida, cut down by a single gunshot in the back. The only individual at the scene who was able to provide detectives with information about the shooting is Travis's best friend, Letitia Abrams.
Letitia waited at home while Crystal and Travis went to the store. Letitia's from that area, and she knows how long it takes to walk to the store and come back.
It took longer than expected, so that's when I knew something was wrong.
She's worried. She hasn't seen the two of them. And then she heard the gunshot. She ran outside and saw Travis Green's body lying in the street.
Letitia came outside and she saw the body of Travis laying in the street. She called 911 to try to get him some help.
Where's Crystal now?
I don't know.
Well, do you mind taking a ride with my officers to go look for Crystal?
Okay.
Crystal was not at the scene, so Letitia agreed to go look for her.
Their initial fear was that Crystal was abducted.
The biggest focus at the time, within the first 30 minutes, was on Crystal.
Meanwhile, back at the crime scene, the medical examiner confirms the cause of death.
It appears a single gunshot wound to the back.
They check his shirt, they check his back, and they identify a gunshot wound that's in Travis Green's back. And so at this point, we know that there's a gunshot wound that's fatal.
The initial survey of the scene doesn't uncover any shell casings, so investigators broadened the search.
We didn't know how far the victim had traveled from where maybe the gunshots were fired. Was he right there when the gunshots were fired? Did he make it a certain distance? Because unlike the movies, when you get shot, you don't just necessarily drop right there and then. You can travel a certain distance.
The area that the body was found in the street, there is a large field across the street from it. The Jacksonville Sheriff's Office has a K-9 unit that can do what's called an article search. And the K-9s can search an area looking for particular things or new things that are introduced that are related to the crime scene.
While police dogs are searching for shell casings, Letitia is still searching for her friend, Crystal. Finally, they find her, alive.
There she is. Crystal, hey, you okay? What happened?
Ma'am, can you get in the car with us, please?
She agreed to go ahead and come back to the crime scene.
You can go hop in the front seat.
So I invited Crystal to sit in the front seat of my detective car, and I interviewed her privately.
So why'd you flee the scene?
I had spent the night at my friend's house. So I was just going back to get my bag, but I was coming right back.
She claimed that she had spent the night at someone's house and wanted to go back and get her overnight bag before she returned back to the crime scene.
What happened?
Detective Dukes presses Crystal for details about the shooting.
Well, me and Travis, we were going to the store to get some rolls for the party.
She told me that she and the victim, who was identified as Travis, had left to go to the store. And she said that when they were leaving, there was a white car that was facing south on 27th.
Can you describe the car further for me?
It was white or off-white, medium size, tinted windows.
She said when they were leaving, they heard 2 gunshots come from that vehicle. Of course, she commented that wasn't an unusual event because of the area that they lived in.
So then what'd you do?
Well, after we got the rolls, we headed back to the house.
Was the white car still there?
Yeah.
She said as they were coming back, they continued to walk almost back up to that white car. And then she said that the shots came from the white car.
One of those shots hit Travis?
Yeah.
She said she heard 3 to 5 gunshots. She said that she took off running and ran to the end of Westlake. It wasn't until she got to the end of the road when she turned around and saw Travis laying in the roadway.
You know, they say a good detective has a built-in lie detector or a BS detector. They can tell when they're being fed a line, and in this case, apparently the detective got the feeling that Crystal wasn't telling the truth, that the story of the white car was not holding up.
Crystal, do you mind if I test your hand?
Test my hand?
Yeah.
I guess.
Crystal's story with us didn't make sense. And considering that she was at the scene of crime where someone died and a gun had been fired, we conducted a gunshot residue test.
Hedging their bets on the off chance that Crystal is telling the truth about the shooting, Detective Dukes requests that a bolo, be on the lookout, be issued on the white vehicle Crystal has described.
Tinted windows.
We give it to the patrol officers that work in the area, and that way they can be looking for anything that might match that description.
Okay, thanks.
This is an area where gunfires are very common, and the presence of drugs and gang activities are common also.
As Crystal's gun residue test is sent to the crime lab for analysis, police can't help but wonder, was the murder of Travis Green a drive-by shooting or something else entirely?
A lot of it didn't make sense.
Drive-by shootings may be more common than you think. According to a recent study by the Violence Policy Center, an alarming 733 drive-by shootings were reported nationwide within the 6-month study period, resulting in roughly 150 deaths. January 15, 2011, Jacksonville, Florida. Police have responded to the scene of the cold-blooded murder of 21-year-old Travis Green, gunned down in broad daylight by someone in a white car, according to his new girlfriend, Crystal Nelson.
We put a bolo out for a white car with dark tinted windows just so patrol could be looking for that and be aware.
But something about Crystal's story doesn't sit right with investigators.
She's saying that shots were coming from a white car, but yet then she tells Detective Dukes that she's walking towards this white car. Well, and that doesn't make sense in itself. Who's going to walk towards the gunfire? You know, you're going to run from it, or you're going to make a phone call to 911.
There's also the fact that after the shooting, Crystal disappeared from the scene entirely.
If you're an innocent victim or witness, why would you leave the scene in the first place?
She said that she had spent the night with her friend the night before. She told us that she was walking because she was going to get her overnight bag, and that's why she left the crime scene.
As patrol officers canvass the neighborhood in search of additional eyewitnesses, the suspicions surrounding Crystal's story only increase.
When the police officers were doing a canvass of the area, they noticed a group of black males that were standing on the corner. So the officers approached them to see if they had any information or had seen anything.
Yeah, I was looking for some information on a guy by the name of Travis Green. Y'all know him?
Well, we don't know him like that.
They said that they had noticed Travis in the area. They knew that he was new to the area. They did not know him. They also knew Crystal and said that she knew more than what she was letting on.
Okay, guys, I appreciate you. Thank you.
After speaking with the young men, investigators bring Crystal down to the station to make an official statement.
Crystal came to the homicide office, and my partner and I began to interview her more in depth about what happened at the scene.
Why don't you take us through the events leading up to the shooting?
Well, the night before, me and Letitia had spent the night at Tony's house.
Crystal begins to tell us of what occurred the night before the murder. She told us that she and Letitia had spent the night at Tony's house.
Tony was a friend of Crystal and Letitia.
And that's where you were going to retrieve your luggage? And then Letitia and Officer Jensen found you?
Yes, ma'am.
We questioned her about why, in the middle of a murder investigation, she needed to go get her overnight bag. And she never could really give us a very good answer as to why she did that.
Crystal, a lot of the stuff you're telling us just doesn't even make sense. You can't give us a good description of the car. You don't have a good reason why you left the crime scene. I just don't see why she would believe any of it.
I know it sounds crazy, but I'm not lying.
We continued to press her with some of the contradictions in her statement, and she even agreed that she didn't sound believable.
But believable or not, Crystal sticks to her story. Detective Dukes has no choice but to turn Crystal loose. With the results of the gun residue test still pending, they have nothing to hold her on.
At the conclusion of the interview, she needed a ride, and so I offered to take her back to her mother's house. And she said no, she wanted to go back to Letitia's house.
After dropping Crystal off at Letitia's house, Detective Dukes heads back to the station.
She comes to me and says, Sarge, I need to let you know that Crystal's not being truthful. She's hiding something.
Detective Dukes.
I received a phone call that afternoon from Letitia. And Letitia was asking me if I knew where Crystal was, which I was a little surprised. And I told her that I had just dropped Crystal off at her house. So it was a little confusing why she was asking me where Crystal was.
She's not with you?
It appears that when we dropped Crystal off, she never went inside.
Letitia, can you meet with me so I can ask you a few questions?
Later that evening, Detective Dukes sits down with Letitia at a local restaurant.
So what can you tell me about your friend Crystal?
Well, Crystal and Travis.
She shared with me that Crystal and Travis had met and had become friends, and then it developed into more of a relationship between the two.
Tell me what Crystal and Travis were up to today.
Well, Crystal and I were...
The day of the murder started out supposedly nice. There was a barbecue planned at Tony's house later in the evening, and all of them went shopping that day, and then Letitia and Crystal peeled off to go down to Letitia's house.
According to Letitia, when she and Crystal arrived at her house, they began getting ready for the barbecue. Shortly after that, Travis arrived.
Crystal had asked Travis to meet her at Letitia's house, so later on, he actually showed up.
And so at some point they left.
Yeah, they both left and went to go get rolls from the grocery store.
And that's when Letitia expressed her concern and distrust of Crystal to me. And I asked her why, and she said that she was very concerned about the lack of emotion and indicated that Crystal's reaction was inappropriate.
Crystal didn't seem to have a lot of emotion about what had happened to her newfound friend, that he'd been shot and killed. And that indeed was a big concern.
Detective Dukes presses Letitia on why she thinks Crystal may be lying about what happened to Travis.
You said Travis was your best friend, right?
Yes.
So how do you feel about Crystal dating your best friend?
I mean, I don't mind. I have no problem. Travis and I aren't like that, so.
You sure?
Maybe Letitia was jealous of Crystal. Maybe she wanted something more with Travis.
Young people's nowadays, it's not like when I was growing up. They got more rage and jealousy, you know, with these females.
If you want to talk about someone who's jealous, you should really look at Isaiah.
Who's Isaiah?
Crystal's baby daddy.
Crystal and Isaiah Boston had been dating for a while, and apparently they ended their relationship in November of 2010, which was a few months before the actual murder. And indeed, he was the father of her child.
According to Letitia, Isaiah was looking for Crystal the day of the murder.
Letitia knew that Crystal had a jealous ex-boyfriend named Isaiah. So she was very concerned when Travis came over to visit while Crystal was there. At one point early in the afternoon, when Crystal and Travis walked to the store, Letitia knew that it was a dangerous situation. Isaiah had been calling and checking and trying to make contact with Crystal.
But how would Isaiah Boston know that Travis had come to visit Crystal at Letitia's house, or that they had walked to the store? Is it possible that Letitia, jealous of Crystal and Travis's budding romance, tipped Isaiah off to their whereabouts?
Is she involved in this? Did she set Travis up? You know, what kind of involvement? Is she a principal in the first degree to a murder?
Do you know where Isaiah is now?
No, I don't have any idea.
Have you talked to him since the murder?
No.
All right, I appreciate your time, and I'll be in touch.
As the sun sets on the first day of the investigation, authorities are growing frustrated that no one who's connected with this case seems to be telling the truth. And so far, there's been no sign of the white car Crystal claims the deadly shots came from.
Detective Dukes?
That's when Detective Dukes receives a call from the crime lab. They have the results of Crystal's gunshot residue test.
That was the GSR test. Crystal's test came back negative.
I guess she wasn't the one that pulled the trigger, huh?
The results of the test were negative. Crystal had not fired the gun that killed Travis.
The negative results of the GSR test may have ruled out Crystal as the shooter, but detectives still believe she holds the key to finding Travis's killer. The problem is that once again, they can't find her.
She had disappeared, so she was gone.
It's been 24 hours since Travis Green was shot dead on the streets of Northwest Jacksonville. Now the crime's primary eyewitness, his girlfriend Crystal Nelson, is missing. Last seen when Detective Karen Dukes dropped Crystal off at the home of Travis's best friend, Letitia Abrams, the previous evening.
Crystal never shows up, she never comes in. She completely vanishes.
We began to be concerned about her safety. And so I had to make contact with Crystal's family. Crystal's family didn't know where she was.
My mother goes out looking for her frantically.
Why would you disappear and not go to the home where police dropped you off and worry your parents?
The next morning after the murder, my partner and I responded to the medical examiner's office for the autopsy.
The victim suffered a single gunshot wound to his upper right portion of his back, possibly from a 9mm or a .380.
The doctor said by looking at the wound that he believed the victim may have even lived another 30 seconds after being shot, which ended up being important because we learned that the victim was shot and then was still able to run around the corner and down the street a little bit before he finally collapsed.
Armed with that new information, investigators head back to Westlake Avenue.
After the autopsy, my partner and I went back out to the scene. We still were looking for shell casings from the shooting. We had a metal detector and we scoured the area.
Hey, come here and look at this.
The casings that we found were 380 casings.
Detective Dukes.
While my partner and I were investigating at the scene, we were notified that the police had contacted and located Crystal. So I spoke to the police officer on the phone, and I asked him to ask her to come back to the homicide office for another interview, to which she agreed.
All right, thanks.
The first question on the minds of investigators is, where has Crystal been?
Where did you spend the night last night?
At Tony's house.
What's Tony's last name?
I don't know.
What street does he live on?
I don't know. I don't know what street he lives on. And like I said, I don't be over here.
You spent the night at his house.
I know,
You don't
but-
even know the street number?
No.
You don't know, you spent the night at a man's house, you don't even know his last name?
Uncertain what to make of Crystal's evasiveness, investigators try a different line of questioning.
Tell me about Isaiah.
My baby daddy. It's my baby daddy. What you want to know?
Have you ever known him to carry a gun?
No.
When was the last time you saw Isaiah?
Last time I saw Isaiah was day before yesterday.
Do you know who he's staying with over there?
No. Last
Would
time
he
I-
be staying with Tony?
Not that I know of.
What kind of car does Tony drive?
Tony don't drive. He don't drive a car. He don't have a car.
Do any of their family members have a white car?
No. Not that I know of. I know nobody in Isaiah family got no car, I know that much.
Do you think Isaiah did it?
Isaiah, first of all, he ain't got no car. He ain't got no friends with no car. Second of all, I don't know how he gonna get his hands on the gun unless somebody give it to him or he steal it or anything like that.
Crystal's story is more confusing than it is helpful. But detectives wonder if the anonymous Tony she mentioned in her interview is in fact Tony Gross, Crystal and Letitia's mutual friend who had invited them to a barbecue the day of the shooting.
We decided to go to Tony's house to verify her part of that story.
Yes, can I help you?
Tony,
Yes.
you know why we're here?
Sure.
Can we come in?
Sure, come on in. Can I get you guys anything? Need something?
Tony was there. He was very cooperative with us. He knew why we were there, and so we spoke to him for several minutes.
Tony claims to know nothing about the shooting, but just as they are getting ready to head out, Detective Dukes asks him one more question.
Is Isaiah here?
Right as we were about to leave, I just happened to ask him, "Is Isaiah here?" And he was like, "Well, yeah." So we said, "Well, ask Isaiah if he wants to come down and talk to us too."
To the officer's surprise, Isaiah readily agrees.
Isaiah ended up coming with Tony, and so he rode in the car and came downtown to the homicide office for a formal interview.
Investigators believe they are inching closer to solving the murder of Travis Green. But what happens next will blow the case wide open.
Tony just casually said, "Hey, what you been doing?" And he said, "I just killed somebody."
The investigation into the shooting death of Travis Green is now 48 hours old. Police believe that his new girlfriend, Crystal Nelson, has something to do with the crime. But so far, Crystal hasn't exactly been forthcoming with the truth.
Do any of their family members have a white car?
No. Not that I know of. I know nobody in Isaiah family got no car, I know that much.
Do you think Isaiah did it?
Isaiah, first of all, he ain't got no car. He ain't got no friends with no car. Second of all, I don't know how he gonna get his hands on the gun unless somebody give it to him or he steal it or anything like that.
She stuck to her story that the shots had come from a white car.
Why is she telling the story about the white car?
Ever since the shooting, patrol officers have been searching for the mysterious white car and have come up empty. Apparently, no one saw it but Crystal.
We didn't believe that there was any white car involved because it just didn't make sense.
But why would Crystal be lying?
Did she do it? Or is she covering for someone who did it?
At the station, police sit down with Tony Gross, the best friend of Isaiah Boston. Isaiah is the father of Crystal's 3-month-old child.
When we arrived at the homicide office with Tony and Isaiah, we wanted to interview Tony first because we wanted as much information as we could get before we interviewed Isaiah.
I am conducting a homicide investigation, and I just need you to be truthful. I'd rather you just not tell me anything than to lie to me, okay?
Tony said that Isaiah had been staying with him the last couple of days leading up to the murder.
Tony then tells detectives that the day of the shooting, Isaiah spent the night, but also informs them he had another house guest that evening.
The night before, Crystal had stayed over at the same house with Isaiah Boston.
If that's true, it means Crystal lied to detectives when she said she hadn't been in touch with Isaiah since the shooting occurred. Detectives pressed Tony for more information in hopes of clearly establishing the connection between Crystal and Isaiah the night of Travis Green's murder.
Where was Crystal?
She came over later that night.
Okay.
Did Crystal confront Isaiah about the shooting?
She said something about some kid got shot.
Okay.
Detectives aren't sure what to make of Tony's story, so they continue to pepper him with questions.
Tell us what you know. What did you hear?
What did he tell you,
Just
Tony?
tell us what he said.
He went around and did something.
But what did he say? He said he went around there and did something.
Did somebody
Okay, he can't hear us.
Yeah, he said he did that.
He what?
He said he killed the dude.
He tells Tony, just nonchalantly, "Hey, I just killed someone." And Tony, at first, couldn't believe it. He didn't believe that that actually happened because Isaiah was always dramatic and had a lot of drama in his life.
Police ask Tony if he owns any guns. He admits he does.
You want to start over here? I'll start over here.
All right.
Tony actually described the 2 handguns that he had. He gave them consent to search his house and found 2 weapons.
Hey, check this out. What you got?
My 2 partners went to Tony's house and ended up recovering a gun. It was actually a .380.
The gun that was used to kill Travis was also a .380 semi-automatic handgun.
Have investigators found the murder weapon? While police transport the gun to the forensics lab, Detective Dukes and her partner usher Isaiah Boston into the interrogation room and cut right to the chase.
What happened?
What happened? No.
Right there, 27th and Westlake.
Nothing. I'm serious. Dead serious.
He claimed to have no involvement whatsoever. Claimed that there wasn't any interaction, there was nothing there.
Is Isaiah Boston telling the truth? If so, then who really killed Travis Green, and why?
Crystal and Isaiah blurred all the boundaries, and there was no boundaries set. When someone is in a relationship and you're ending that relationship, it is very important to kind of let the person know where you stand, that the relationship is over, and take some time to kind of know what you want in the next relationship and not carrying on that baggage back into the new relationship.
Police in Jacksonville, Florida have found what they believe to be the weapon used to murder 21-year-old Travis Green. Not only that, Tony Gross has just claimed that his friend Isaiah Boston admitted to him that he killed Travis.
Police believe Isaiah killed Travis out of jealousy when he found out his former girlfriend was dating him.
After our interview with Tony, my partner and I, Detective Gupton, went in to speak with Isaiah. We presented him with his constitutional rights, and he agreed voluntarily to speak with us.
At first, Isaiah denies having anything to do with the murder.
What happened?
What happened? Nothing.
Right there, 27th and Westlake.
Nothing. I'm serious. Dead serious.
Investigators counter Isaiah's denials by leveraging the information gleaned from their interview with Tony Gross.
So Tony, your god brother?
But she said,
what's a god brother mean to you?
me basically, if I know you to a certain extent where you met my people, then I can sit there and talk to you really about anything.
That's a fact. You can't talk to your god brother about anything. I think you did talk to your god brother about anything.
What you mean?
You talked to your god brother about Crystal?
Yeah, I talked
about who was with Crystal?
Yeah.
And what happened Saturday around 1 o'clock?
Around 1 o'clock?
Yeah. Dude, we've been in there for the last hour talking to Tony. Tony told us everything.
Investigators then pace Isaiah through the events they believe led to the murder of Travis Green. They assert that at approximately 1 p.m. on January 15th, Isaiah confronted Crystal and Travis on their way back from the store.
Maybe tonight we can go out to dinner.
Crystal, why you been answering your phone?
What are you doing here?
What am I? Answer your phone.
I don't pick up my phone.
Crystal, who is this?
Who am I? Hey, this between
nobody.
me and my girl.
It's your girl. Who
I'm
is
not
this?
his girl. I'm not
He
your
said that
girl.
he did find the two of them together and that he confronted him.
Hey, back up. Hey, bro, don't touch me. Hey, excuse me, this between me and her. Nobody? This between me and her.
Bro, don't put your hands on me, man.
Hey, this between me and her.
And he said that he and Travis got into a fist fight.
Yeah, and he went to swinging at me all crazy. Like something was wrong with him.
Guys, stop! Stop!
But far as the rest of that there goes, I really wanted to hit him. I really did. We fought a little bit. But far as that shooting go, it ain't nothing.
Well, what happened with the shooting?
I don't know. Now that I ain't have nothing to do with it. Dead serious, I don't. We fought right there, but I swear I ain't had nothing to do with it.
We confronted him on his story and asked him if he had any injuries or anything to, back up the fact that he got into a fight. He didn't have any defensive wounds or any other indications that he had been in any kind of altercation.
Let me ask you a question. That 380 that's in Tony's room that's now in our custody, ain't gonna be your fingerprints on there, is there?
Ain't gonna be,
your DNA on there, nothing like that.
Though the analysis of the alleged murder weapon isn't complete, detectives believe they have found Travis's killer. They continue to press Isaiah, and ultimately it pays off.
Towards the end of the interview, Isaiah agreed to just tell us the truth.
In a written statement, Isaiah spells out exactly how the shooting went down.
I said back up. Okay. Back up.
He told us that he was angry, and he told Travis to get on the ground, and that at some point Travis was able to get up, and while he was running away, Isaiah recalled firing 3 shots.
On January 17th, Isaiah Boston is charged with the murder of Travis Green.
The detective called me and told me that they had made an arrest. And I was so happy because I thought his death was gonna be another tragedy, that it wasn't gonna be no arrest behind it.
March 15th, 2012, a little over a year since Travis Green's murder. The trial of Isaiah Boston begins in Duval County Circuit Court in Jacksonville, Florida. The charge is first-degree murder.
In Florida, when charged with first-degree murder, the state must prove really 2 elements: that there was a killing and that the defendant acted with premeditation when he committed the criminal act.
Prosecutors kick off their case by calling their star witness, Crystal Nelson.
The best evidence in this case came from, first and foremost, the testimony of Crystal, although Crystal was not truthful in her original account to police.
Originally, Crystal had told investigators that Travis had been shot by an unidentified man in a white vehicle. But under oath on the witness stand, Crystal confesses that it was Isaiah who shot Travis.
They were returning from the convenience store back towards Letitia's house.
She tried to warn Travis, "Oh no, there's my ex-boyfriend." And Isaiah ran up to them and immediately pulled a gun out on him.
I said back up. Okay.
He proceeded to tell Travis to get down on the ground. Travis refuses, and that's when he decided to run.
The victim reacted out of fear and ran, at which point in time he fired his gun 3 times at the victim, striking him in the back as he was running away.
Lucky I don't shoot you too. God, I love you too much. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, Crystal.
He then asked Crystal to run with him, and Crystal refused. Then he ran away.
After pacing the court through what really happened, Crystal explains why she had not initially identified her child's father as Travis Green's true killer.
Crystal indicated that she made up the story about the white car, and she said that there were two reasons why she was afraid of Isaiah, and then the other one was to protect Isaiah.
Ultimately, everything she said comported with the rest of the evidence. Everything mounted in one direction towards Isaiah Boston as being this true killer.
Faced with overwhelming testimonial and physical evidence, the defense argues that the shooting doesn't rise to the level of first-degree murder.
That was the focus of the defense in this case. That yes, he acted, yes, he pulled the trigger, but it wasn't with the premeditated intent to kill.
On the 16th of March, the case is turned over to the jury. It takes them just 4 hours to reach a verdict.
The jury found him first-degree murder guilty. And when I heard that, I just gave a big relief.
Isaiah Boston is sentenced to life in prison.
This was just a love triangle gone wrong. Ultimately, Isaiah Boston was overcome by jealousy. He couldn't stand seeing the love of his life walking down the street with another man.